Well, hello there. I am here today to talk to you about recently released Raphonic data that shows four common things that chart topping podcasts have in common. But there is one of these that you have absolute control over and can implement right away, actually. So, starting with the other three first, top ranking shows on Spotify specifically tend to be newer. If you are an older podcast, if you've been podcasting for a while, you don't necessarily have control over this one, but interesting to know that the newer podcasts on Spotify specifically are getting a bit more traction. The second one is all about the categories. So, society and culture, comedy, and true crime are all shows that are charting high on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you're a business focused podcast, it's likely that you're not going to fall into at least two of those three categories. So, again, not necessarily something that you have control on that can make impact to your podcast specifically. However, if society and culture is something that assimilates well with your branded content, you may want to consider researching your categories to see how you align in that particular category alone. The third is that audiences of top ranking shows on Apple Podcasts specifically are skewing male. This is not really new information, but I will say that the most recent statistics that have come out based on Edison research have shown a tremendous gain in women listenership, especially women over 55. And some of the Raphonic data reflects that women are asking for more women hosted content. So you may want to consider, if you're a male host, you may want to consider bringing in a female co host. Or if you're a female and you are sitting on the sidelines waiting to launch your show, there's some validation for you that your audience is ready for you to show up and record. But here's the fourth and most important piece of this data that you as a podcast host can control. And that is that chart topping podcasts have the weekly release schedule. So, top ranking podcasts tend to publish new episodes weekly. And we have a little trick for that. So, if you only have the time, resources, and bandwidth to record two amazing full episodes a month because you're likely busy, you're a business owner, you're running your business, and with all the support that a full service agency can provide you, sometimes even then it's hard to get out more than one really robust episode a week. So, or two episodes a month. So, what we suggest is that you create a signature piece of content within your full episode and have your editor extract out that signature segment. So, that could be rapid fire questions, thought starters, a recap summary of your episode, a very specific focused piece of content that provides tips or takeaways. But whatever you do when you're creating that signature piece of content, that secret sauce segment, if you will, then have your editor extract that nugget of information out and repurpose it in alternate weeks. And then voila, you are setting yourself up to rank within the top charting podcast by releasing episodes every week, yet not having to create the content for a new episode every single week. I hope you found this tip helpful, and I wish you every success in becoming one of the top charted podcasts. But remember, no matter where you chart, it's all about the quality of the content that you create and the quality of the audience that you cultivate.